a disclaimer first. See, you are not supposed to run the tank dry on any vehicle. The fuel injected vehicles more so. People who have ridden carb vehicles, they would know that the carb vehicles could take a lot of abuse. These can't. But on the flip side, if treated right, these EFI vehicles tend to be far more reliable, far more dependable, almost trouble-free as compared to the carb vehicles. Now, this is not a carb versus EFI debate. That would be a separate video. If at all you want me to make that, it doesn't make sense in the current day and age, because we have all fuel injected vehicles, and only those into classic vehicles and people into RD350s. I have to mention the RD350 in almost every video, right? So those people are interested in knowing about this carb versus EFI thing. But then anyway, let me not digress. Just a quick thing. If you want me to make that video, do mention it in the comment section below. This video, unlike those absolutely useless, senseless and damaging videos that you would have seen lately, YouTubers doing, such as pulling the bike from a standstill in 6th gear, okay? Those videos prove nothing except proving that the YouTuber is brain dead or cunning, because he would not do that test on his motorcycle, and that is a useless test, is damaging to the motorcycle. That is why those YouTubers do not do those tests on their own motorcycles. They do it on media units, and that test is absolutely useless, because you would never find yourself in a situation wherein you would want to pull your bike from a standstill in 6th gear. You have the 1st gear for that, dude. So unlike that test, this test has a purpose, okay, because people who have been riding for decades, they would know that, in fact, they would have encountered many situations where they have run that tank dry unintentionally. I'll give you an example. Sometimes it happens that the bike is in reserve, and you should be ideally filling up, but then you realize either you're just too lazy, or you think that, okay, the fuel station is closed, or you say that, there's a long line and I have enough fuel, I would reach home. And then perhaps if you're lucky, closer to your home, you've run the tank dry, and then you're pulling the bike. Even if you are a newbie, let me tell you that sooner or later you will encounter that situation at least once in your riding lifetime, riding tenure, I would say. Okay, this video will help you avoid getting into that situation in the first place. Okay, so the bike is in reserve, and the fuel range, I can tell it to you right away that it's pretty accurate. Okay, you can follow this to the T. All right, ideally what happens, and this is something that I've been recommending from the carb days, the moment your bike hits reserve, immediately fill it up. Okay, that ways, right now, talking about the EFI vehicles, your fuel pump is happy, your injectors are happy, your engine is happy, your bike is happy, and so are you. Now, and I'll be doing this test only once. Okay, so I want to see, once this range shows 0, how far will it still go? Okay, so this will give you not just an idea, but this will tell you exactly what is the range that you can expect in reserve, and this will help you plan your fuel stops better, and you would never be stranded, at least due to the fuel running out. So what I'll do, I don't want to make this a 15 minutes video. I'll switch off the GoPro right now, okay, and switch it on the moment this shows 0. In fact, right now you can see that the trip 2 reading is 1177.9. Let me take it to 1178.0, and now I'll switch it off and it shows 8 kilometers. I'll switch it on when it says 0 again. So I switched on the GoPro so that the moment it hits 0, you know exactly what is the meter reading, what is the trip reading, you know, just to maintain 100% accuracy. It should hit 0 anytime now. I have to keep one eye on the road as well. I think God should have given us motorcyclists, you know, that ability to look at different directions. No, we can keep one eye over there and one eye over there, like a chameleon. Motorcyclists, especially in India, we do need that. Oh, it's not hitting 0. Okay, this is yes, 1186.5 it was. No, we'll take it 1186.6. So now let's see how far it goes. And I'll tell you what, I think I'll have to switch the GoPro off, because from the looks of it, it might go on for another 30 kilometers. See, it might run out of fuel in another 5 kilometers. It might not in another 25-30 kilometers. So I'll switch the GoPro off and switch it on when, you know, it shows the first sign of protest. Alright, so now it has finally shut down. In fact, if I try to start it, yes, fortunately there is the fuel station. Although I have around 4 liters of fuel in my backpack, yes, so I would not torture it anymore. Alright, so now let's calculate. This is 1237.3, and what was it? 1186.6. 1237.3 minus 1186.6. 50 kilometers. Brilliant. I was not expecting this. I was expecting a maximum of 30 kilometers, and 50.7, almost 51 kilometers. So the crux is, once this shows 0, you have definitely around 1.5 liters of usable fuel still left in the tank. And although I would not really encourage you to test it, but then you know, this information should help you when your bike goes into reserve and you do not know where the fuel station is. Please fill it up at the first fuel station that you get. Otherwise, of course, you know that you don't have to panic. You still have a lot of range left. Even when it shows 0, you still have around 50 kilometers to go before that tank runs dry. Please do not do it. Okay, I cannot reiterate enough. And by the way, I once this once this showed 0, I did not take it beyond 6,000 kilometers. I was not even riding at 40. I was keeping it between 4,000 to 6,000 RPM. Okay, so I hope this helps you. And if you're planning to buy this motorcycle, now you are better placed. You will be able to plan your fuel stops better. And in fact, right now, although I'll have to push it till there, I will now fill it up, and the next video will tell you exactly what this fuel tank can take once it has run completely dry. So this is a 17 liter fuel tank. I think it might take a bit more than that, so let's see. Now I have to push it.